freeze frame thing. What is up, guys? We are back. Yes, that is right. It's Saturday night. It is 7 p.m. ish, and we are here with another live episode of Cardboard Conversations. Thank you, everybody, for joining. What up, Matt?
We'll have Bob in a second. He's dealing with some, I guess, technical issues or computer restarting or something.
Yep. All I got was my setup is all messed up, rebooting.
All right.
It's, fun times.
We'll see him next week.
Yeah, right. I feel that, though. I was playing No Man's Sky with Time Capsule last night, and there was this weird thing. Anytime I'd teleport away from him, I'd have to, exit to the lobby and come back.
That's weird.
Yeah, well, that's just the fun times of multiplayer in a game.
Well, Time Capsule and Coaches, what's up?
Yeah.
A beautiful fall day today. What? It was 85 degrees where I live.
It was not a fall day. Up our way. It was low to mid 70s, maybe. A little bit of a breeze. Sun was out. Just gorgeous. Foliage is popping right now. And I made sure to just stay inside and play video games and do dishes and cook. I did go to the dollar store because Dollar General has $5 off on Saturdays if you spend $25 or more. So I got a bunch of energy drinks and some wheat thins and chips and shit I shouldn't eat. Champion.
But did you buy, I already forgot their name, those packs of cards that can only be found in dollar stores or whatever?
No, but I do.
Value packs or something like that.
They sell a ridiculous amount of Yu-Gi-Oh! At the Dollar General, which is just surprising. Honestly, they sell as much Yu-Gi-Oh! As they do batteries. It's just odd. And then they got some Pokemon and stuff there too from time to time, which I've gotten once or twice before, just for funsies, but never anything good, and I don't give a shit about Pokemon.
Yeah.
It just doesn't do anything for me. That part of my childhood was fun and everything, but it was one of those memories where it was just nostalgia bait, where it was fun at the time, but going back and trying to relive any of that, it's disappointing for the most part because we're spoiled with video games nowadays. So it's oftentimes more trouble than it's worth to go back and play old stuff. Don't get me wrong. There's certain cases, there's definite winners that still hold up, but some things just don't.
Hey, you don't got to convince me. All the new Pokemon that have come out, they all look the fucking same. None of them look different. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't played a Pokemon since Red or Blue. I don't remember exactly. Maybe Yellow. I don't remember exactly which one I stopped playing, but I have not played in many, 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 many years, 10, 20 years.
I think the last one I played was whatever the first one that came out on the Switch was. I don't think it was Faraday. They don't come up with interesting names like that. It's always ZA or Black White, Sapphire Emerald, honestly, things that for some reason they sell to kids, it's just gobbledygook.
Well, it is a kids game, so that would be the big reason.
Yeah, that's why I'm a huge supporter of Pal World and the upcoming smash hit Pal Farm, which I thought was just a joke. Honestly, I thought it was a huge troll, but they are leaning hard into it. It's going to be an actual game.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Imagine Pal World, except it's more of a farming simulator somehow.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, hey man, I just don't know what to tell you. Pokemon's doing it, so Pal World's doing it because I don't think they have trademarks on any of that stuff yet, and they're just
not yet. Nintendo's working on it. Don't worry.
Yeah, right. We're gonna do it post fact. Yeah. What are our topics tonight? Well, I'm glad you asked.
We're kind of waiting for. I was waiting for Bob to kind of get into any of them, but give you a quick overview. We got basically some. We're gonna pick our favorite set for the upcoming year. Talk about that for a little bit. Gonna talk about what's the next one?
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, that's right. That's a good one. Stay tuned. Don't read it. Don't read the whole thing. Just stay tuned for Avatar. There was I was watching a podcast from. Well, I don't know. Is a guy talking at a camera just a podcast?
I guess.
Anyway, I was watching a YouTube video of Brian Kibler. He was talking about Universes Beyond and how much he hates it. But not for the same reasons that a lot of people echoed. Like, oh, I mean, he did say like it like pulls him out of immersion, but the one reason he gave about he's this is one of the once we get into it, the one reason the reason he gave was definitely the one I was like, huh, yeah, that's probably something to think about. So that'll be our second topic, and I definitely want Bob to be here because I'm curious what he thinks. And then
he's saying he's having issues with his speakers and or mic. He's already rebooted, so I'm just trolling him by saying unplug and replug.
Windows has
legitimate, like that is the next thing. You know, check for drivers, smart, good move, reboot, solid. Unplug it, plug it back in is like, you know, right up there, the top 3.
Windows has this undying necessity that it has to, like, for whatever reason, it has to use your microphone as a speaker, and I don't know why. You would think that technology would be smart enough that when you plug in a microphone, it would be like, oh, that's a microphone. But for some reason, it tries to use USB things as a speaker all the time.
I have had that issue, and my microphone also has like an instrument input on the back as well as an output, so you can wear like headphones and play guitar.
Yeah, monitoring jack basically.
Yeah, bruh, not cool. StreamYard hates it. Every single time I get on here, I have to like check my mic settings, which is just unfortunately.
There's things you can do to prevent it from happening. You can disable it in Windows, but it sometimes randomly comes back on. That's what I do.
So tech, that's part of our talk tonight. Oh, quick, community posting. Matt, thank you again for pointing this out. I noticed this before, but if you have an Epic Games account, you can go ahead and get Nightingale free. So
yeah, the Epic Games does a lot of free games. They do like a rotating game every week or whatever. And I was talking to my buddy about the Steam Fall Sale or whatever it's called. Yeah, the Steam, we're putting things on sale time, and
during the fall.
Yeah, one of the games was Sons of the Forest, and I remember playing. I guess it's just called The Forest.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty decent game, and I was like, "Well, Sons of the Forest is on sale for $10. Should we buy it?" And he was like, "I'm very hesitant. I don't know if I want to buy it." And he's like, "It was the ending of Forest was pretty bad," and I was like, I don't remember. I remember we modded it because I don't think we were having a good time, so we thought modding it would be better. I don't think it was. But we did beat it. I was like, for $10, I mean, we probably should buy it. And then he was like, well, how about instead of buying that, how about we just claim this free game and play this later? I'm like, oh, well, I do like free. So if you also like free, just Google search Epic Game Store's free game, and it'll like below. It's on like the main page. You can just scroll down. But Nightingale, it's basically a survival game in the Unreal Engine 5. I booted it up yesterday just to kind of test settings and such. It seems like a decent game. You'll probably have to turn some of the settings down because Unreal Engine 5 is not super friendly to computers. I was getting about 65 FPS with a 4080. It was maxing my GPU. Very few things max a GPU nowadays. I was also using 8 gigs of RAM.
Oh.
So
poorly optimized, eh?
It is technically early access, I believe.
Yeah. Well, that's so I'm really looking forward to this game called Kingmakers, right? It's somebody from like the year 2100 goes back in time, one dude with a machine gun versus like all of the medieval era. It looks real fun and everything, but they've been very public about how they did not use Unreal Engine 5 just because they want everything to run really well. They're going to have thousands of different characters on screen battling all at the same time. And there's just no way that Unreal 5 would actually be able to handle that load. Just absolutely smart move. And I'm quite glad that they actually decided to push back their early access window, because they want to have a couple of more things so that when people are in it, they have stuff to do. What up, Dual Brain? Hi, guy. Hope you're doing well tonight, Ed.
Yo.
Hope everybody's doing well out there.
Bob's having tech issues, or else he'd be here.
And then also, you know, we're going to have a little bit of a talk about growth versus purity in Magic the Gathering. You know, it's definitely it's an interesting time. We got more sets than ever. It's wild.
Yeah, I've got some questions that I wish we had a little bit more of a community that I could ask and poll. Sure, we can have 5-10 people, and that would be some sense of it, but I would like a larger sense of the community of like, are the people that are yelling on the internet about how bad Universes Beyond is to the game, are they just like the people yelling at clouds? Do like the majority of people actually enjoy it? Do they hate it? I'm very curious to know, like,
really, I mean, that's tough. I mean, okay, if you said
it for later, I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm just introducing those. That's one of the topics.
6 months ago, Lord of the Rings was pretty much the biggest selling set, right? I mean, before Final Fantasy was available for pre-order, Lord of the Rings was the biggest selling set, an outside of house IP. Oh, we got our Bob.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Loud and clear.
Jesus. That was painful. Nothing like technical challenges right before the show starts.
Yeah, right.
Gotta love it.
And then after...
this was a new resolution. Sorry to interrupt, but by the way, just FYI, you know, PSA out there, there's a setting. Like if all else fails, I've never ever clicked it in my however long I've been dealing with computers, and it says it's in the sound settings, and it says reset default, even if it's already pointed to what it should be. Like I had no sound at all, no mic, no audio, even though they were selected as the devices. I rebooted, unplugged, replugged everything back in. Nothing was working. And sorry, coach, I did my best. And there's that reset sound setting. As soon as I clicked that, I finally heard my speakers come to life, and ding! I'm like, wow, okay, let me try this again. Sorry about that, but so just in case you want to know, it's under your sound settings, and if all else fails, hit that reset sound devices. First time I've ever seen it.
Just like you hit that like, comment, and subscribe buttons.
There you go. Ooh. Way to integrate.
I like
that. So
it
looks like we got a lively audience out there tonight.
Yes, sir.
So can you catch me up real quick? The 10-second Cliff Note version of where you guys are at before I so rudely interrupted?
We tried not to talk about any of the subjects, and we just kind of talked about what we were going to talk about today.
What are we going to talk about today? I'm good with that.
The first one that I wanted to get into was what's set in the next year, all the way until the next year, all the way up till Star Trek. What set are we most excited for?
Have you guys already gone?
Nope.
No. We're just listing out things we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, we basically gave the lowdown of what I put on the docket, and then I was waiting for you to get on, so we're just kind of shooting the shit a little bit.
Lorena missed the number by 2.
No, that's that new Gen Z thing, Bob. It means the same exact thing though,
but it's just lazier.
It's because like. Why was 7 afraid of 9? Because 7, 8, 9 or whatever. It's that dumb fucking joke just built into this whole 69 thing. And kids are just stupid. Like it's the same joke. It is just dumber. I got no problem. You can just put in 69. I'm just glad you're commenting. Thank you for being joining us today.
Active participant. There you go.
Yeah, for sure. It helps me out. Yeah. Just put it like high, like it's up,
So I'm going to say it right now. My favorite set clearly is going to be The Hobbit. I'm a big Lord of the Rings IP fan. So,
are you worried at all that they're going to Baldur's Gate it?
Oof. I fully expect them to at this point. Like, I'm not going to get hyped that the cards are going to be any good.
It's sad.
And on top of that, looks. Are you kidding me? Looks like my Is my camera froze now?
Yeah. Oh no, you got it back.
Dude, it just what the hell?
Deep breaths. Yeah.
Gremlins tonight, my friend. But no, a couple of things. Do you want me to talk about it at all, or why and the things I'm concerned about and all that?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
So one of the big things when I've been talking about, the Hobbit, the upcoming Hobbit, going to be my most anticipated set.
The pick of the
clearly, after Spider-Man and AFR and even Lord of the Rings, I'm just going to say it. So we ready to get demonetized already on this stream?
We're like 20 minutes in.
Okay, cool. So I fully expect race swapping to happen yet again for no apparent reason whatsoever. I don't know why they did it in the last set, and I fully expect them to carry it through because it would be odd if they don't. In this set.
You should know why they did it. It's race appropriation, and they have the full right to do it. So there's nothing necessarily wrong with it. You might not like it, but I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Okay, and for a lot of people, I'm sure that they don't.
Want equality, Matt. I just want equality across the board. I want me as Morgan Freeman in like the next, Shawshank Redemption remake.
I don't have a problem with it, but I can understand that some people will like the purity of it. But Magic lost its purity many years ago.
I'm not talking about the purity of Magic. I'm talking about the purity of the IP.
No, that's what I'm talking about. The purity of IP. But Magic hasn't been pure at all. So, I
mean, they didn't dare race swap Kirk, but
well, whatever. You don't know that.
No, they do.
Oh my god! Oh, dude, Matt, wouldn't that be wild? They got Lady Kirk. He's got half blue, half pink hair. Big buxom fake tits.
They turn him into one of those Andorians with the antennas and the white hair. Anyways.
I mean, if we talk about it, if we get prepared for it, we can only be that much more pleased with the product if we don't take some of these wild measures.
That's just one thing with the Hobbit. I fully expect it to be watered down because, as far as I can tell, every set's going to be standard that they announced next year, all 7 sets. So, maybe they'll. Okay, but these are books that I've been reading for decades. They've been around in the top-selling books for a very long time. I don't care about color, but please don't appropriate it and make me go, wait, what? Why do you have a brother and sister, one white, one black? That makes no sense to me.
Well, and in certain instances, it really messes with stuff too. If you are in like the Forgotten Realms era, right? If you're doing some of the like Baldur's Gate stuff, if you start doing race swapping there, if you have an elf and then you make them a black elf, that is now a drow. They're going to get completely.
Oh, and they did the same thing with the dwarfs in the Rings of Power with the black dwarf lady who's now.
Oh, cool. Yeah, now it's a Dwarger. Yeah, because they're gonna get the same treatment above ground. Like that's what I mean. Like don't get me wrong.
They're not right. They're not. They're supposed. Those are not supposed to be out in the sunlight, right?
What aren't they?
Anyways, I don't want to get into that too much, but let's just say I expect race swapping for no apparent reason, like all of the wokeness and none of the drawbacks, right? So
I'm totally behind you. Is like I don't really care. I'm not super invested in it, but I'm just wondering what benefit there actually is to it. Because if you're using like Lord of the Rings as the bait to get people to come in, they're probably not people that want to see a Lady Gandalf. Like it makes no sense to me. Furby's cool, whatever, screw around. They're a toy from the 90s. It doesn't make the same sense to do it with some of these actual intellectual properties.
Or if they made SpongeBob blue, you know what I mean? Whatever. But
man, I swear to God, if they make April O'Neil in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sets not a hot redhead, I'm gonna be wicked miffed.
They turn her into a guy.
Yeah, right.
Or a lady with a beard to be really
come in looking all Ed Sheeran like get at you.
But at any rate, just whatever. It's annoying, and I really like those IPs. And why can't they just create their own IP? Look, I don't have anything against Hispanic ladies. I literally took a Cuban girl to my prom. I think there's a lot of hot Spanish women out there. But Snow White,
cheers to that,
literally says in the limerick,
skin
was white as snow. And they had to rewrite that shit. I'm just so sick of it. Please stop doing it, and please don't do it in Hobbit, but they probably will. So that's number one. Number two, people are arguing oh, they won't print the One Ring again in there, and I absolutely think they're going to. I think it's so appropriate. And they're like, well, but you can't put the One Ring in standard, that would mess it up. And I agree. I think it's far too powerful for standard.
Well, yeah, but it can just be in a special bonus
on the bonus sheet, right? Like, there's no reason it can't be on the bonus sheet, and it could be a serialized one at that, right? I don't know what do
you need to set a serialization up on it?
I don't know what the marquee card is going to be for it, but I have a pretty good guess because somebody else, and I forgot who said it, who was asking what the name of the stone that the dwarves were hunting in Smaug's lair. Do either of you remember?
No.
It's called the Arkenstone. So highly suspect that the Arkenstone will be.
I've never watched The Hobbit, actually.
Oh, the movies are terrible, in my opinion. But
I'd agree. The book is the best out of all the Lord of the Rings stuff. I enjoyed the Hobbit book the best. It's tightened up. There's not as much singing and like just screwing around and stuff. It's a more cohesive story. But as far as the movies go, man, original, early 2000s, Peter Jackson hit a home run.
But the Hobbit movies were not great. They added way too much shit that had nothing to do with the Hobbit.
I gotta say, for me, I'm looking forward to October 2026 for whatever they're doing with Reality Fracture. Mark Rosewater seemed super juiced up about it. From the little bit of information we have, it seems as though they're gonna try and do something not just really different with the story, because we've kind of closed up the planar traversal stories. All of the different planes are now intertwined, so they might be doing something with the characters themselves, some development there. It might be taking a real big step forward, and I think that would be great for Magic the Gathering to have.
Color swap Niv Mizzet. He's going to be black white now instead of red blue.
Yeah, right. Orzhov Spellslinger, it. But along with that, they also said they're going to try and do something different with the packs themselves. So I wonder what that's going to be. I mean, Project Booster Fun definitely made things a lot different as far as opening up sealed Magic the Gathering product. And if they keep screwing around with stuff, who knows? I mean, maybe they're going to have some leg of it where you can put those cards on the online or something. You get something in the physical pack and there's actually a token to get 2 rare cards on Magic the Gathering Arena or some shit, a Reality Fracture. Pipe dream, hoping in,
As soon as he said it, I was like, Reality Fracture foils.
Well, of course.
Every pack.
No, they're going to bring back those.
Every card is Fractured Reality foil.
Well, maybe in the Fracture, they'll like split it to where you combine, like on the Planeswalker, it's front side Jace, backside Liliana,
Ooh. And Matt, for upcoming, what interests you the most?
Mine's actually also Fractured Reality.
Ah.
I was a Reality Fracture, I should say. I looking at the docket that we have available, Lorwyn, Unannounced, Secrets of Strixhaven, Marvel Superheroes, The Hobbit, Reality Fracture, and Star Trek. Those are the upcoming sets. I have to say, it has to be for me. Reality Fracture.
Can we get a visual on that? I tried to find a good picture and I could not of the timeline for releases.
I mean, I'm just looking at the MagicCon, the text that just says it just says text. It doesn't have like timing in or anything. It just has them in order. But they don't have. I mean, Star Trek, maybe. I am a Trekkie. I've growing up, like my whole family was like a very big Trekkie family. So that is definitely, it's interesting. It's not necessarily something that I'm like super excited for though. Like it wouldn't be something that I'm like. I mean, out of all of them, I mean, realistically, it's probably it's higher than The Hobbit. It's higher than Marvel Superheroes. Lower than Strixhaven, lower than Lorwyn, and obviously lower than Reality Fracture. I would say like my top 3 are Reality Fracture, Lorwyn, and then Strixhaven.
Oh, come on. You're not buying into Marvel Superheroes? We're going to get Squirrel Bruno.
I don't necessarily care too much about any of the Marvel products, to be honest.
Oh, and Coach hints right on that as a continued question there for both of you. What interests you the least out of these upcoming sets, and why?
Ooh, I have kind of a hot take on that.
But only because I basically know absolutely nothing about The Hobbit, and it isn't really something I've never seen the movies. I don't really care about Frodo or what is it, Frodo Baggins, and I don't even know what the other guy's name is. Like, I don't mind
Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah, Samwise. Yeah, like I the premise of Lord of the Rings makes no sense. Yeah. So for me, like I don't know, like they had these eagles, they could have just taken the ring and flown it and just dropped it in the lava super easy, but they instead wasted our 3 hours trying to.
They also had giant moths they could have done the same thing with.
Yeah, so it's one of those things, but then there's probably some lore reason why they couldn't have done it. The eye could have saw him, and they could have shot him out of the sky with super lasers or some shit. I don't know. I don't know this.
Hey, man, I gotta shoot back against Coach right here. I'm gonna set my phaser to kill. I think Star Trek as a full set deserves it far more than Spider-Man does. Don't get me wrong; it's True. Not hot. It's not like the new thing. Kids don't care for it, but there are decades of shows that were running for seasons upon seasons for each show. So, I mean, there's an incredible amount of lore. Along with that, there's a stylization for each show. There are some incredibly iconic scenes and characters. So I think they could do really well with this. And some of their past space-themed sets have done super well as a great point on why I think this is going to do surprisingly good in comparison to like Marvel superheroes. People don't care about the Marvel movies anymore, much less want to spend money to open up a lottery ticket system.
Well, Brian Kibler made a really good point about Marvel superheroes and really any of the Marvel products. If you want to play superhero card games, there are plenty of other superhero card games that just do it better. I don't think that if Universes Beyond's whole purpose is to onboard new players, I don't think that that's the product or the IP to do it with. Like, there's literally just like the Marvel TCG. There's what is that? I'm blanking on the game.
Snap.
Well, yeah. Well, there's Marvel Snap. That's their own card game for mobile. But no, there's a card game where you. God.
I have it.
I haven't. I've played it.
I have a bunch of it. I can't remember. Marvel
Champions.
No, it's not a Marvel game at all. It's a completely different IP. It's a smaller game.
Oh, I saw that. The one where you like the art on it.
Yeah. Well, some of it.
Alpha Clash.
Yeah, Alpha Clash. Yeah, that's another superhero game. Very comic book style. Like, realistically, there's many other TCGs that do superheroes just, I don't know, kind of better. And I don't think that Magic's going to be able to do it. I don't know, just any of the Marvel products, like Iron Man. And then also, so he brought up a good point about the way that Universes Beyond has warped the decision-making of the company. The first example of this that I have, not there's plenty of other examples, but the first example that I'm going to talk about is Lorwyn Eclipsed. So Lorwyn Eclipsed was designed to be released at the end of this year, but it got pushed back for whatever reason. We don't know. This is all speculation, but it got pushed back for sure for Avatar, but we don't know why. And there's a big problem with this. It pulls what was designed to be the dual lands, the shock lands, the other half of the rotation. They were supposed to be releasing into standard with Lorwyn. Now that's been pushed back multiple months. Because why? So standard has to suffer for 2 months because of some IP struggle or some licensing thing. So what it turns out to be is it seems like the majority of what's being discussed or the majority of what's being the decision making is being done by lawyers and the higher ups as opposed to the game designers, which has been what's been the success of the game for the last 20-30 years. So it's very interesting to see like how much Universes Beyond is warping. Like, are they making the best decisions for the game? I don't think so. It's kind of weird.
I mean, I said much the same thing, I don't know, last week or so, where the biggest problem I have with Magic really at this point is that it no longer seems that they're designing sets based on the game itself. Even the mechanics, like you have wildly different power levels, in my opinion, in standard between, let's say, Edge of Eternities and Spider-Man, 2 back-to-back sets, or even Dragons of Tarkir. And I think that they did this based on relying on, and like you said, it's only conjecture, but I believe that they did it based on, relying on the IP to sell the product rather than the set itself to sell the product. And, it looks like they're apparently juicing the Magic in IP sets so that they're as desirable financially as the Universes Beyond sets are, but that creates this really wonky system. And even like Spider-Man, clearly not designed to be a standard set, they added in a bunch of extra cards just so they could sell it, with not a lot of great forethought, and it's a very meh received set. I mean, it's not just my opinion. The numbers show it. If you look at the collector boxes and how fast they've dropped, the other content creators have gone through this in greater detail than I have. But what it speaks to is exactly what you're talking about, Matt, where they're not putting the game first in their set designs. They have other interests, potentially legal, contractual, whatever it may be, just to try to put the clickbait, the candy out there for people to come into Magic. But I do think it makes things suffer, like you said, pushing back the balance of, they honestly, they need to start putting, if they're going to do that, if they're going to start shifting sets around, they need to put all the Shocklands, all 10, in one set so that it doesn't have this imbalance of preferential selection for color combinations. Because now
another thing that's
you're going to have it on the back end, not just between the release of the first set of Shocks, but then the first set of Shocks are going to rotate out, and then you're going to have a preference on the back end of it. So
unless they release them again to like keep them within cycle somehow, but that's just not gonna. It's funky. Everything's all messed up. It's not good. And also think about it this way. So they have this other IP. I don't know what these licensing deals entail, but so let's just say big company comes in. They're like, hey, we have a card, we have an IP we'd like you to make a set on. We'll pay you X amount of dollars. What's to say that in these contracts there isn't something that says, also, not only that, we have stipulations on what we'd like to happen with those. Sephiroth needs to be very powerful, and you can't ban him. What? Like, because it sounds crazy, but like, why hasn't Vivi been banned yet? Is there a grace period of like how long it can be till they get banned? If they were designing Magic products like they normally would Vivi have ever been released? Was Vivi juiced just to be more powerful because of the IP? There's a lot of questions that I have that are like, it's just kind of outside of the norm. And I'm actually not. To put it straightforward, I don't give a crap about Universes Beyond. Like, I don't really care necessarily, but it is definitely affecting the game. So it's something to talk about.
You guys never did ask me what my least favorite set is. I'm looking forward to. It'd be the Reality Fracture, potentially the unannounced Universes Beyond. But I did finally find a good picture of the release schedule for next year. Let me see if I can't pick the right one, just so that we can have it, as a visual. I know that people love looking at our faces, but I mean that's the best I can come up with. I even did it in the skinny vertical. Is that good enough? Or
that's one of the reasons why I didn't bother pulling it up, because it's not going to look good on vertical. You have to drag it to the right a little bit. I
can't. Like, it's literally,
there's a bar at the bottom. Can you not drag the bar to the bottom?
This.
There you go. Yeah. Just to center it. But yeah, I mean,
just to give you kind of like the visual, the Lorwyn Eclipse, I'm actually interested more for that whole. I like the premise of the light dark, on the same thing, and a character when it flips will be dark. But I mean, let's be real. And I said it before in another stream. Flip cards suck for physical cards. Nobody.
Yeah, I was just thinking like this is a secret move to sell more Dragon Guard shields. Dragon shield.
It's just a
Dragon Guard shields.
Yeah,
Dragon Guard shield.
I mean, let's be real. All of us know it. And if you're playing in standard and there's time concerns and all that shit, flipping cards is soaking up time. And if you make a lot of them in that set, that's going to be painful.
It's going to be a lot of them in that set.
And I think there's going to be a number of them in Avatar as well.
What's the unannounced? I thought it was such a good place to do some like pathway reprinting, but they're instead. You said going what? Shocklands?
Yeah, they've already announced that. But the unannounced Universe Beyond, the scuttlebutt is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If that's true, no offense, SFT. I was too old for it to hook me, and it was always very tongue-in-cheek, campy that I couldn't watch it.
I never got into it.
I super enjoyed it for some reason. Like, I legitimately don't know why I enjoyed it as
I can understand why you enjoy it.
Yeah, right. I'm definitely was just the right time for me. I played on like NES and stuff. I remember going to the arcade at like the roller rink and playing TMNT.
But I mean, just the lore of it itself just doesn't hook me. I'm very nonplussed about the superhero. Oh, I wanted to talk about Strixhaven because we all of us kind of just almost brushed that one completely aside.
Yeah, I don't really care about it.
Do you believe that they're going to do anything like they did with the first Strixhaven, with the Japanese alternate arts and the mystical archives and all that stuff?
Oh, they freaking better. That stuff was a huge.
It was probably what made the set was as successful as it was. It was.
Yeah,
I don't mind Strixhaven, but I just don't like the people talk about like they want to like revisit like revisiting Lorwyn is so awesome, like blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't. I realistically, I guess I'm super simple to please. I just want good cards and fun cards to play, and I don't really care what the IP is. And that was one of the questions that I had for people. Like, do you guys actually care what the name of the card is or what the subject of it is? I mean, I guess some people do, but why? Like people keep talking about like a hot dog and a smear, or what is it, bagel and a sphere. They're like, oh, I don't want to play with bagel and a smear. Like, why not? Who cares? Call it something else. Call it fucking food, a food token. Like, if you just change the name of the card, does it make it okay now? Like, I don't understand. Like, who cares? Guy in a chair.
To some extent, it can. It depends on how absurd SpongeBob Counterspell.
But that's the visual of the card, not the name of the card. Most people don't like the name.
It still strikes on that same level. It doesn't affect the gameplay of the card. But it's that same. It hits that same distaste note, right? Whether it's the art, the name of the card, who knows? The like the race swapping on the cards. They're just like, God damn it, I just can't play with a black Aragorn. I'm sorry, it just makes me want to get up and
if they made a blue SpongeBob SquarePants, like I wouldn't be offended. I'd just be like, wait, what the hell's happening?
Okay, I'll just put another counterspell in there. Yeah.
But I mean, as someone who loves proxying, I mean, that's one of the things that I care most about that entire process. I think it is honestly just about 50-50. It is way cheaper than buying real cards. As much as that is important to me, putting really cool art on the cards is a huge thing. Like that's honestly one of the reasons why I am kind of looking forward to Strixhaven. I thought some of the stylistic choices they made, especially with the mystical archives and just the whole college atmosphere in general, was an interesting choice. Sorry, Bob.
Well, and to that extent, names like Asmarano, Martika Dice, and Nakuldakar, like you don't want to have to say that every time you put the card on the table or play it. And other different things, even just like the color pie selection sometimes really throws me off with like the Green Goblin that's red and black. Like, what? I get it, but it just it makes me stop. It breaks the game flow in my head to see something dumb, or if somebody plays one of those stupid poster arts from the holiday edition Lord of the Rings. What art is that? I can't. I can't read it.
Unreadable, so that's more understandable.
So again, but all those things add up to kind of that same. Why can't we just play cards that are? We've gotten away from playing simplistic cards. Gaia's Cradle. We know what it does. It's easy.
For Star Trek, do you think they're going to put anything in a foreign language? Are they going to have it like Klingon?
Klingon. Oh,
Klingon cards would be kind of cool.
No, it wouldn't.
It's no different than Phyrexian cards.
The fucking problem is textless cards.
It's no different than Phyrexian cards.
Which honestly annoy the shit out of me.
Oh, me too.
Just
and you know what? That Phyrexian, I remember being so excited about opening that Phyrexian Vorinclex, right? I opened it out of a bundle. And then I wanted to put it in a deck because I really don't know what he does. And it's a lot of text. And I'm like, I can't play this card.
Yeah, I got to save a picture of the actual card on my phone. Like, what? I need this screenshot for every time I play this deck. Hold on, guys. Oh no, I know my phone's the life tracker, but I got to look at the card real quick just to make sure. Oh yeah, thanks.
So, I hope not. I wouldn't mind.
Good collector's item though.
Love you too, Sherry Vegas. Now, what would be cooler, and what I think they could do, is have a version that has the flavor text in Klingon or Phyrexian.
Yeah, that's way less atrocious. And then it puts like the captain's name, Captain Glargborg of the Klingon Empire.
Like if you could actually translate it, you'd be like, oh shit. Or hey, redeem this code to get a free pack on Arena. Like
if that's what they do for Reality Break, honestly, I wouldn't be too pissed about it. Okay, cool.
Or you could even put like Phyrexian in text on the border, like the Phyrexian text border that doesn't that doesn't stop you from playing the card well.
I'm just waiting for the Stargate SG-1 crossover. Oh, I'm not sure if this was news already, but there's a PlayStation Secret Lair coming out.
Yeah. And I think part of the only thing that I saw spoiled so far was The Last of Us.
Oh, with that potato-headed chick.
Yeah, I saw she's special looking.
Yeah, I don't think all the chromosomes lined up there.
I don't know if it's extra or less, but it's not like the regular amount.
Sorry, that was probably very mean of us. We're gonna get
very mean, but it's
our channel.
Yeah, 42 minutes in, we got 2 people watching. Time Capsule loves that shit.
October 4th, 2025. Cardboard Conversations gets banned from YouTube.
So that's our first strike, boys and girls. Specifically, only boy
girls.
Well, there's only
our next topic. We already did. Where's the line? When does crossover feel organic or forced? This is pretty much Matt. You got to tell me more about this. What is Riot's new trading card game?
Yeah, so they're doing the thing. They're joining the peoples.
They're throwing their hat in the ring.
Yeah, so the thing that I'm interested about it is that it's Riot IP. I mean, I think Arcane was probably one of the best animes that have been released in history. And then judging by the amount of awards it's won, I think people would agree that it is definitely top notch. It's won.
They have the lore though.
Do they have the what? The lore?
The lore to support. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they need lore.
Have you watched the 2 seasons of Arcane?
Any of the artwork? I think this is doing some of the lifting.
Yeah, Ari is hot as hell. I mean, so the only thing that I don't like about the TCG is it's one of those, you're not fighting your opponents, you're fighting to do something. And I'm just like
Lorcana.
Yeah, it's basically Lorcana, where like instead of lore points, you're getting they're just called points, I guess. There's like these zones that you have to like put your creatures to. There are creatures at least. I guess it's very Lorcana adjacent. You summon your creatures either in front of you or in a location. Or no, I think there's always in front of you, and then you put them into a location. And then you're like battling over the location, and you get points based on controlling the location or other things. Some things give you other points, but yeah, the whole purpose is to control locations. Apparently, it's very multiplayer friendly, which I guess is a good thing.
Yeah, it says 1 versus 1 or up the stakes in a 4-person free for all.
Yeah, so they definitely had to do the whole embrace commander situation. I mean, if you don't, I think you're missing out massively. But yeah, I watched a gameplay of it yesterday. It is okay, I think. It's not like it doesn't look like the best, but I will say like being able to play as like there is like a commander, so that's interesting. Like Jinx, there's Jinx, Victor, Volibear, Tryndamere are the four like trial commander decks right now, or whatever you want to call them. I don't know exactly. Champion decks. So there's that. That's kind of cool. They have like special abilities and they have signature cards, so that's interesting. It appeals to me more than Lorcana just because of the IP, but I would say like the gameplay looks to be about the same. The one guy was talking about, he made a good point that I think that I can get behind. In like a commander game, you could get killed within like the first couple turns if somebody like really focused you down, or if like the whole group was like, you're a big problem, I gotta take care of you, and you get out. Then you're like sitting there waiting for the rest of the people to finish the game, and that can take like an hour or two sometimes, and that sucks. In this, there is none of that, and that's interesting. That appeals to me. You like somebody just wins. Like there's no tie, there's no first, second, third, fourth. It's just you win or you lose, and you're in it until the end. So like that's interesting. But yeah, it comes out in October 20. Was it the 20? Something like that. October and somewhere in October. But I will promise you, this will sell the fuck out. The League of Legends crowd, there's a lot of people behind League of Legends.
Oh, this is interesting. So this is directly from Riot Games. Limit 2 per ID and 2 per print run. Allowed units will refresh every print run.
Yeah, I will 100% be buying my allotment.
That seems as though that's going to be very tight. I mean, if they can enforce that, I mean, I don't know what it takes to create a Riot ID. If it's beyond
it's free, so not much.
Yeah. So if people feel like going through the diligence of setting up, a dozen fake email addresses to be able to link everything with it, maybe that's just that if next
money
step
involved, they will. They'll just have AI do it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one more step of resistance to scalpers and scammers and stuff, and hey, that's better than nothing. It's better than what Wizards of the Coast.
Better than WotC, yeah. But I will, I promise you that it is something that if you're interested in this game, I would highly recommend setting an alarm. And I don't know what kind of infrastructure they have put in place. From what I understand, it's supposed to be coming to TCG or to hobby shops around the area. So like maybe your local game store will have some. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm looking and it looks as though physical, online, and organized play. Yeah. There's a place over in New Hampshire, not terribly far away from me. Yeah, they sell it in stores. Looks like they got a number of
not yet, but
Vermont Gaming Academy. Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it is. It actually the website tells you where it's going to be having the product.
Yeah, you can find retailers right there on the online.
That is pretty nifty.
Yeah, I mean, they're setting it up for success, which is always good to see for a game. And I've got to say, the artwork definitely caught me right away. I did not watch the League of Legends show on Netflix. It just never got around to it. But
I highly recommend
I have
it.
seen were definitely very eye-catching.
The
heavy art style. Yeah,
I enjoy that they have solved. I don't want to say solved mana. Mana looks interesting. It's not just land go. Having that put land in your deck. You have a whole separate like mana deck, and there's runes. The runes are dictated by the champion you choose, and you can have, I think it's 15 runes in your deck, and you can have any number of the runes that you want in any kind of distribution, depending on how heavy color your deck is in one or the other. And you get 2 per turn, and then if you're the person that goes second, you get a 3rd one. So like you don't ever get mana screwed. I guess you could get rune screwed depending on the runes you choose, but you're getting 2 a turn. You know, it's pretty unlikely, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't. Mana's not interesting to me. So like having a system put into place that is kind of just like it's enough involvement to go, okay, there's some strategy involved in this, but I hopefully will be able to play the game.
Right.
I don't know. So it seems interesting. Yeah, there's the champion, the signature cards. There's interesting enough about it that I want to give it a shot. And I like the IP. I think Arcane, like I said, is one of the best animes anybody's ever released. It's like top 20. I think it's top 27 or 28 on IMDb. Like it's highly acclaimed.
Yeah, Netflix is just so expensive. Until I can log back into my dad's account, I'm not gonna get it.
I can give you a website that allegedly lets you watch whatever you want for free.
Whoa, that would be. We'll talk more about this after or offline.
I've been watching a lot of anime recently.
Right, there you go.
Some of them are I'm not even entirely sure if I like them, but I'm just like I'm watching. I'm like, huh, interesting. And I watched 12 episodes of it.
Yeah. Hey, at least they got a full season, you know. Some peter out. They don't even get it.
That is true. That is one thing I've discovered with some of these animes is like I'll get to the end of the season and then I will like, all right, where's season 2? It's been like 4 years. I'm like, oh, this sucks. This was a good one.
Happening. Yeah.
Yeah. It takes apparently a very long time to make an anime sometimes.
That's what I hear.
Let's see. Is there anything else that we dashed over or didn't talk about?
Well, there's no reprint set for 2026.
Yeah, they said they were gonna put a hold on that. And then there's no master set either. There's no like modern masters or commander masters or anything like that. They instead just made 7 standard sets.
Yeah.
Well,
I was gonna
to that point.
Definitely,
they don't have to make reprint sets anymore because half of every set is a reprint set.
Oh, no, that's a great point, though. With all the bonus sheets and special guests and stuff, because they are putting out more product than ever, 7 sets this upcoming year with an incredible new bar for Secret Lairs, I'm sure. We're going to see a lot of not bonus as noticeably impactful reprints, but far more frequently than ever. Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, you're also ignoring like the most obvious part of why they're not doing another reprint set. They're running out of reprint targets.
Not really, but okay.
Yes, really. I can't remember who did it, but yes, showed all the cards over like $20 and the decline since like 2020. Yeah. It like the targets have drastically reduced. And we're not talking about ones that have $100 version of it. We're talking about the base version of the card. Yeah, they're running out of targets. When you look
I'm sure they can squeeze another one in there.
When you look at the fact that they reprint roughly about 50 cards in each bonus sheet, that's 350 reprints this year alone.
Oh, there's one thing that I meant to share with you guys that I forgot about.
And hold on, that also doesn't include all the Secret Lairs when they're hitting like an average of 60 to 70 Secret Lairs a year that are all reprints, right? So,
multiple
per month. They are draining that reprint equity massively over the last 6 to 7 years.
We talked about Spider-Man a little bit today, and I didn't share my recent purchase. I am now the proud owner of 2 Spider-Man collector boxes.
Ooh!
It went to the price that I said that I was comfortable buying at. I know that the product is not like being super well received and anything, and so it's about more. It's pretty much more volatile than probably any of the. Never mind. I have Aether Drift, so Aether Drift is probably the one of the worst. But I think long term, I think it'll be one of those products where people hate it on it, and then it'll just spike to $2,000, and then like, oh my god. So I know. I figured even if it drops below 400, I don't think it will. But even if it does, long term, I don't think it will ever sustain that. So I have 2 coming.
Nice.
I'll slap that somewhere.
Yeah, right.
So I was able to hold off till the very end, but basically what I've discovered this week in Magic, and it's made me actually stop paying much attention, is they've officially priced me out. And Lorwyn, we already know there's going to be price hikes. And when I looked at the release of the Avatar Last Airbender, even on my cheap site that literally I got Final Fantasy at MSRP like $149 a box, and Spider-Man at $149 a box, and the first announcement on Game Nerds of Avatar was $190 a box. I'm talking about the play boxes. The collector boxes announced at $700. I'm like,
yeah, I saw $699 as the pre-order for a lot of places.
That's, dude, get out of here. No, I'm sorry. I even make good money, and check, please. I'm out.
Yup.
If that's where it's going. Yeah. So I'll be honest with you, my budget, and I told you guys already, I am not going to do the box break for Avatar. Like that's
I don't remember hearing that.
Sure did.
That's the one that I'm most excited for.
You're gonna have to find another player for my spot. I'm not dropping 190 on a box to crack. And
yeah, I mirror Bob's sentiments there. I cannot feel that's a good expenditure of money for me.
I will almost guarantee you with I would say like a 95% certainty that price will not hold. It will be less than that, but okay, we'll see. What is your price point?
Honestly, $145.
Yeah, mine
I
would
think
probably
be on there.
That's the top end of where I'd want to be.
And I don't want to be anywhere close to that with like Lorwyn, and Lorwyn's going to have price hikes.
But you know what? People are going to
don't even want to be at 145
people are going to have to tune in to the members only show where we'll discuss this topic and more. So make sure that if you want extra from us, you go that extra mile and pay that 99 cents a month, where you can get a minimum of 2 hours of extra members first content and some members only videos. So check out some of the perks you can get by investing into yourself by listening to us. Until next time, we've been Cardboard Odysseys. Have a great night.
See you later.